What up, y'all? It's a new today another Taurus, the first my first love, my father. Today is his birthday, and it was tough going from Mother's Day and my mother passed, and then to my father's birthday, and he passed. And I know they both are in better places, but you know what makes this day tough when, cause I'm not a big emotional person. I don't just put everything I feel out there. But you know what makes this day tough when people who rep my dad and my mom more than their kids do, and just make it seem like their whole lives is over because my mom and dad are lost. Like, but then they mistreat their legacy being their kids, and it's like, honey, you can't really care about them as much as you say you do, and mistreat their kids the way that you do. And it's like, because we are an extension of them. So it's like if you love my dad, and you know what I'm saying, or you love my mom, or you respect my dad, you respect my mom, but you just so ill towards their creation, it's like you being fake, you being phony. And it's like my mom and dad was the type of people, they did for themselves and they did for others. Way too much, a little bit too far. It was like the freaking given tree, like no lie about it. So it's like you really ain't got respect for that man. You ain't got no respect for that man if you mistreating his daughter, his sons, his other daughters in any kind of way, and then you want to go praise his name or whatever. Same thing with my mother. You want to praise her name, but you want to talk bad and down to her, to other family members and other friends about her child. And it's like, and then want to make it seem like you the victim in some kind of way. It's like that's not the way it go. Like my mom and dad was like thoroughbreds, old school thoroughbreds, straight, highly educated, both of them straight street hustlers. And it's like they taught me the game. You know what I'm saying? How to go and how to respect people, and they taught me how to recognize a snake. And they even knew who the snakes was in their family. You know what I'm saying? They knew who to feed with a long handled spoon. They knew who to play. It's like, but they knowing this also know them being imperfect. So it's like a lot of people got in and got what they really wanted from them. But I'm not like them. Okay? I feed niggas differently. It's like your parents teach you to be better than them. And it's like I'm not saying I'm better than my parents, but I catch some things that my parents should have caught and didn't catch. And I'm catching it now with people I'm starting to meet again. And it's like people see me and it's like I done seen you all my life and you act like you don't even recognize me. And that's fine with me. But don't get reminded of who I am and then come like, I ain't know that was like, yeah, nigga, you knew it was me. You know what I'm saying? And that's with family members, you know what I'm saying? Stop speaking so nice on my mom and my dad's name, but then speaking so ill about me and my sister and my brother or anybody else. And it was like, that's not how my mom and dad raised us to be. And it's like, so if you ain't got nothing, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, because just like you trying to air out somebody else's shit, somebody can air out your shit. Like, get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? So, show my father some respect, show my mother some respect in any kind of way by just not putting on like, oh, they were my best friend. We did this together and da 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 da. And here you is, like, you now living up to your word, like, I am my brother's keeper or I am my sister's keeper and I do this for this. It's like, niggas, some niggas, they like attention so much that they'll take any kind of attention. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they want so much attention. They don't care how they get it. They don't care who they got to throw under the bus to get it. They don't care who they talking about or whose lives they destroying. It's like words do a lot of things. A lot of people, I go off action a lot. You know what I'm saying? You could tell me a lot of things, but your actions don't fit your words, man, fuck you. And I'm watching certain people's actions, and this shit ain't new to me. It's new to a lot of y'all who feed into this certain person's bullshit, but I don't. And it's like, you're not going to be able to run it past me. I don't have amnesia. I remember things. I remember things that people did. And it's like, I forgive, but I don't forget. And I have yet to grieve properly or forgive properly because certain people just don't want to let people lie and don't want to let people rest. So it's like, dude, you just don't know what you're doing. You so want the attention that you're so hurt that my mother and father is gone that you don't understand that they have kids that are just as hurt and that are trying to grieve and get over it just as much as you are. But we can't do that. If you are reminding everybody in your own way that their loss is a major loss to you, I know why it's a major loss to you. I know personally why it's a major loss to you. And it's not because y'all was just best friends and you did everything you could for them. It was because of something. It was because of how they was doing for you. You know what I'm saying? Realization: when you lose your sponsor, you lose a lot along with it. You know what I'm saying? Some people got to grow the fuck up and take care of themselves. Some people don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then, then people fall off. And people fall off that ain't fell off before. And you got people who think they better now. Who think they better now, they know better now. And it's like, just when my mother and them was up, like, niggas was getting taken care of. People get amnesia, you know what I'm saying? People get amnesia, true colors start coming out. So it's like, you trying to expose somebody, you trying to pick on somebody, but you saying you respect and care about my parents, but you mistreat their kids. You don't give a fuck about them. You don't. This is the last message I make about this. This message is supposed to be about my dad. It wasn't supposed to be about the mistreatment of certain family members and friends and all that other dumb shit. Because it's just like, when you know the real, you know the real. And the real is going to shine through. But I don't like nobody bullying on my little sister. And it's like, me and my little sister go head to head. You know what I'm saying? But we go head to head so we can squash that shit. Ain't nothing I ain't said about her to somebody else that I ain't said to her 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when y'all come with the shit, it's already old. We done already moved past it. I'm not a fucking bully. I'm about respect and nothing less. And my thing is, if I show you respect in any kind of way, I'm going to need that back. I'm going to need that back. I don't get that back, the feeling's not going to be the same. You know what I hate? When somebody erases my whole history of who the fuck I am and what I've been through. Why is it people on the outside know what I've done? Like, certain people, certain real niggas, my real niggas know what I've done and what I've been through. But I got a person telling everybody that they didn't take care of me my whole life. Like, I've never been on my own. Like, I've never done nothing on my own at all. They didn't did everything that I've seen myself do for my mother and for my father. You know what I'm saying? They have taken my history and erased it. And it's like, bitch, when? Like, bitch, why? Like, live your own life. The fuck? Then, like, everything is a plot and a ploy. You gotta watch people that are so quick to say, if you need something, I'll help you. I'll be there. Or when I want to say I'm about to do something, no, let me do it. You out there, let me do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, when they help you or they give help, it's not help. It's to benefit them. You know what I'm saying? It's to make them look good and you look bad. So you gotta get over that shit real quick. These are all lessons to be learned. These are lessons that I am learning because me being without my mom and my dad is a new situation. No matter how long they've been gone, it's new. It was new when I lost my dad and I had to deal with everybody else's personalities changing and mine too. I didn't get to grieve then. I cried, but I didn't get to grieve because I had immediately had to get in the thinking mind of caring for somebody else. That's just my personality. Maybe that needs to change because I wouldn't lead myself into certain situations. Like, sometimes family can be a sickness and a poison inside your garden. Like, I'm all on this garden shit about regrowth and everything and doing things in a new way, recreating and bearing a better fruit, like growing my garden on a different foundation. It's like, at this downtime, I'm in the transition and I'm building stuff the best way I can. But when you got people around you that just think so negatively, and just don't want to see you benefit, especially without them. It's like you playing tug of war mentally. Like, mental abuse is just draining and just as effective as physical abuse, if not more. I know this. I didn't train this. I didn't live this. But it's like when you see that shit and you like living through when you see that shit through somebody else, like, man, manipulators is a motherfucker. I swear. I don't know why I attract these motherfuckers. I don't know why. But knowing from your family history, if you got them in your family, you're used to them. You bound to attract them outside your family. So it's like niggas get mad when you call them on their shit. Niggas get mad when you pull their card. It's like I wasn't even trying to do it to embarrass you. But I'm just telling you, what I'm not about to go through and what you're not about to do, you're not about to fake the funk when it comes to you love my daddy, you love my mama, but you really fucking despise me. And it's like, why? I'm nothing but a creation of them. Everything that I am is what they taught me to be. It's like, really? And then you in public, you wanna play victim, wanna pick on everybody, and then as soon as somebody lash out at your ass, you wanna play victim. I'm I'm this and I'm that. And it's like, act like it. You wanna be treated like an adult, act like a motherfucking adult. You feel what I'm saying? Like, people, that's just like one of my homies. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to take credit and take away that somebody else is feeling a certain way about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of my homies is hurting. They just lost their parent. You know what I'm saying? I was cool with their parent too. But I'm going to let them grieve. I'm going to let them get their moment and losing their parent. It was their parent that was lost. Yes, this person was a lot to somebody else. But she was everything to her kids. He was everything to his kids. You still got your parents. Cherish them. Enjoy them. You still got niggas that's willing to do dumb shit for you. The fuck? While my mother's kids are still trying to figure it out. Especially the last two. They're wanderers in this world. Nobody is emotionally, mentally, or physically helping them to grow. Or nobody's trying to do it in the right way. They're trying to do it in the manipulative way. Take from them. You feel what I'm saying? Or tell them something wrong with them. Or they trying to make the youngest one feel good about himself and the stuff that he done and make the middle one, the one in between, feel like a dummy because she needs a little bit more attention. A little bit more nourishing. Like, niggas is so fucking miserable, they want you to be miserable. And they want to take away that you have feelings too. And it's like, why? I'm not about to be quiet about this shit no more. Anybody that sees this video and you have an issue with this video, I want you to come talk to me. Because guess who gonna have an issue with this video? The guilty. Man, I had a nigga call me. I paid for my mother's whole funeral. Anybody want to dispute that? Let's get it. Paid for my mother's whole funeral. Any other help that I got was from the veterans. Couldn't even get that full help. Because a lot of shit I had to pay back. I had a nigga ask me the day of my mother's funeral. They lent a little bit of money. Because another person was supposed to help out with something. Had a nigga the day of my mother's funeral ask for that money back immediately. Couldn't even get my mother in the grave cold enough. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's that petty shit. That's that rude shit. Like, these the same motherfuckers waving a flag with my mother's face on it. That's my everything. Oh, I loved her so much. But fuck her kids, fuck her legacy. You know what I'm saying? Let me take all her shit. She had some nice shit. Let me collect her shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm walking around with her jewelry on. I got her perfume on. All that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, her husband, you know what I'm saying? I done sold his leather jacket. You know what I'm saying? But I love her, though. I'm so glad I'm not materialistic. I could lose it all 1,000 times as long as I got my mind, my spirit, my sanity, and my will to keep going. It's not gonna bother me. It hurts. It's a lesson learned. Let me tell you about me and lessons. I, I don't repeat the same class. Like, never have I failed a class and had to take it over. I never fail. I make mistakes. I do little dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not learning. I'm about to keep learning the same fucking lesson and I'm dumb. Nigga that keep going through the same thing every year, same person, you dumb. You dumb as fuck. The situation that I'm in this is my lesson learned. It's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen again. It's the first time it's ever happened. So for somebody to be going out there acting like they didn't did this for me and did that for me and they didn't did it for me 1,000 times over, you was a motherfucking lie. And I got addresses, papers, and receipts to prove that shit. Anytime I done bought a car or anything like that, it's been in my name. Anytime I got assistance from my mother, she done put it down on paper that I had to pay her back. And guess what? Out of all the motherfuckers that took money from my mother, borrowed money from my mother, or did anything from my mother, I'm the only one that ever made any kind of fucking down payment or any payment back. Because that was respect. My mother taught me fucking respect. I ain't have to give it to her. Most of the time when I gave her the money, she gave me the shit right back. I could have been like the rest of you motherfuckers just take and never give back. But no, I didn't do that. That was respect. That was earned respect. Because once you burn certain bridges, you don't get them back. So I did that. She did that. So I can learn how to go out there in the world. Never tell nobody you're going to borrow something, you ain't going to give it back. The fuck that ain't borrowing, nigga. Niggas don't know how to borrow. Niggas just know how to take. And you ask a nigga back for something they owe you. Oh. It's like you loan something out to somebody. They loaning it back to you for you to give it back to them. Does that shit make sense? Man, it's a crazy ass rant. But the point is still the same. It's a crazy ass rant, but the point is still the same. You can't let nobody respect nobody the way you say you do and disrespect their legacy. And fuck up their legacy. You just can't. It's not happening. So, shout out to my mother, Edna Williams, and my father, Michael Williams. No, we did not have a perfect relationship because I was a headstrong personality kind of child. Now, was I the bad child? No, I wasn't. Guess what? In most families, the bad child is the one who's nurtured a little bit too much. It's like you're supposed to raise your child up and you're supposed to raise them to go on without you, to be able to handle, to live without you. Most people think it's something wrong with me because I'm smart and I learn how to do things on my own. And I don't take no shit. But that's where survival comes in. I was taught to survive. I was taught to live. I was taught understanding. So when I went out there in the world, anytime I wouldn't be taken advantage of. My mother would tell me all the time. As a matter of fact, she told me towards the end, I know how you feel. Her exact words, I need you to look out for your brother and sister. I know how you feel about them. And it's like, not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? No, of course I'm going to do it. But a mother and father, they know the personality of each child as they raise them and as they grow. They know which ones they need to look towards. They know which ones need more love and more nurturing. And it's not that they're bad, but they need a little bit more. They know which ones is she out there, but I ain't really too worried about her. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm sorry. I was the one. She out there, but I ain't really worried about her. You know what I'm saying? Because mothers and fathers, they know common sense isn't common. A lot of your kids ain't gonna have this. When you go off to have a bunch of kids, you go from 1 to 10. You know what I'm saying? About either half or a little bit more half is not gonna have common sense. They're gonna redo the same process if you don't jump in there and intersect. if you don't feed that child a little bit more with a little bit more nurturance. You feel what I'm saying? So most of the struggling kids, half the time they're the spoiled ones. Because some parents, they spoil the kids because it's easier to deal with them. Instead of nurturing them and like just having the patience to raise them right. Like it's easier to deal with them. I see it all the time. I see it all the time. With how people want to treat my child. And it pisses me the fuck off all day long. I don't give a fuck how loud she get. She's never going to learn respect if I don't tell her to be quiet. And if I don't tell her the reasons of why she has to be quiet. But there's always another parent, another person who so badly wants to run the village of raising my child that just give it to her. Da 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 da. No, because that's not the way the world works. She gonna scream, she gonna stomp, she gonna act up, she gonna be a menace. And guess what? They're not gonna give her what she wants. They're gonna give her what they think she deserves. If she act like an animal, they're gonna put her ass in a cage. I'm not raising my child to be an animal. I'm not raising her to think that's okay. It's not how my mama raised me. It's not how my daddy raised me. I'm taking everything that my daddy and my mama taught me from a long time ago, and I'm adding my little swag to it when it comes to raising my child. So again, you so-called respect and care so much about my mama. You so-called love and was everything to my mama and my daddy or whatever. But you fuck up everything that they built by disrespecting their legacy. That's false shit. You a false prophet. A loud nigga don't make you a smart nigga. It just don't. And that's facts. You feel what I'm saying? You want to so-called step into place, my mother and my father or whatever, step correct. But some people, they just too far gone. So it's like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of other mother figures out there in the world that I can run to. I really don't need a direct mother. I just don't. Now, help with raising my child, because I know it takes a village, but you got to watch who the fuck in your village. If the people in your village want to help you raise your child and they don't respect what you say and how you want to raise your child, they shouldn't be in your village. Get them the fuck out. And I'm about to get niggas the fuck up out my village. Or matter of fact, I might be in somebody else's village. And I'm about to get the fuck out their village and start my own again. That's life. Starting over. As long as I got my will to grow and do better, my strength, my mind, as long as I got God at the head of my life, starting over is never going to be a problem. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be an issue. It's not going to be a problem. It's going to be an issue for other people. But shout out to my father and my mother for raising me and teaching me what y'all taught me. I really appreciate it. And now at this point in my life, 28 years old, it's really coming in handy. Because it's a lot of things that's like, oh, deja vu. Damn, how did I know this was coming? Oh, because my parents taught me that. Not even them. I learned a lot of things on my own, and I'm using my survival skills. Like right now, I'm surviving. Soon enough, I'm going to be living. That's just what it is. So, God bless y'all. And, keep striving. No matter what shade is thrown your way. You know what I'm saying? You can use that to block the sun. You know what I'm saying? You can keep moving. Nigga like me gonna keep moving. I don't mind no light, no shine, baby. I ain't looking for it. I ain't asking for it. When I get it, though, I use my light and my shine wisely to build, not to tear down. God bless.